Hey guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I am excited to sit down and film this video for you because I've been getting a lot of requests to update you on my progress for my project pan for 2018, and I made really good progress, so I can't wait to share that with you guys. I am going to do a project pan for 2019, but it's going to be a little bit different. I chose the products very intentionally, and I'm going to do more of like a rolling project pan, but it's also going to help me not buy as much makeup, which I'll get into when I do that video, but stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I will show you guys what I used up in 2018. I wanted to share a few things. If you're not interested in this part, if you just want to see what I used up, skip to the timestamp on the screen. But there were a couple of things that I learned through this project pan. A project pan is important to me. It's important to do it every year because it really just reminds me how long it takes to use up makeup. And I buy a lot of makeup and I love trying makeup, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But when you take up an entire year to use one lip gloss, you realize that you really don't need an entire drawer full of lip glosses. And when I say you, I mean me. I'm speaking from personal experience, but I really didn't buy any lip gloss in 2018, with the exception of maybe like one or two Fenty glosses because those are my favorites. So it really just teaches you that makeup does last a long time. Like, there are certain products that I go through quickly, but a lot of products last a very, very long time. So it's helped me really reevaluate whether or not I need to spend the money on multiple lip glosses, multiple lipsticks, multiple bronzers, if one bronzer does it for me pretty much the entire year. Now, I am not a minimalist with my makeup collection. I will never claim to be, but at the same time, I don't need to excessively purchase makeup. I do review makeup on my channel, but when it comes to like my personal purchases, my personal collection, it's just not necessary to go crazy. And a project pan just kind of keeps things in check, and it helps to refocus your mindset when it comes to buying makeup. So that's one thing that I've learned, one thing that I love when I'm doing a project pan. The second thing that I've learned is that it's not fun to force yourself to use up makeup that you don't like. For me, a project pan is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be just kind of like a challenge, but it's not a punishment to, I don't want to punish myself and say, you spent your money on this, you have to use it up. And the more that I use some of these products, the more that I realize I don't necessarily like that formula or like that product any longer. So this year I let a few of the products go, which is fine. Like in the past, I would never do that because I was like, they're in my project pan, I have to use them up. But if you committed to using up products and you discover that you no longer like them, just declutter them. I mean, you already spent the money, and using them up isn't going to give you that money back. I recommend just using products that you love, and if you find that you don't like something any longer, just take it out of your project pan. It's supposed to be fun, and you don't want to feel like it's work because it's makeup and you don't need more stress in your life. Anyways, long intro, let's get into it. We'll chat about the products. I just feel like I don't get the time to sit down and really chat about why I do this very often because I'm usually just focusing on the products. So let's jump into it and I'll show you what I used up in 2018. Okay, so I had 30 different products in my project pan to begin with. I completely used up or almost finished 25, and then there were 5 that were a little bit more difficult. I think I might have decluttered 1 or 2 of them. So I did a pretty good job, if I do say so myself. As a reminder, these are the products that I used up before my last update. So I did use up 5 mascaras. I go through mascara pretty quickly, so I'm actually not going to put any mascara in my project pan for 2019 because I feel like it's kind of one of those items I'm cheating with because I know that I'll use it up. So I did use up the Essence Lash Princess Volume, the Essence The False Lashes Mascara, the Essence Volume Stylist 18-Hour Lash Extension, IT Cosmetics Superhero, and also the Urban Decay Troublemaker. I know that I mentioned this on occasion, but don't forget to use wands for wildlife. You can actually send them your old mascara wands after you clean them off, and they use them to help baby animals, which is amazing. So I'll link their website in the description box below. As for face products, I used up the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. This one's new, but I just wanted to show you guys the bottle because I must have gotten rid of my old bottle. I used up the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer, which is my all-time favorite primer. And then I finished up the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Stick Foundation. You get a small amount of product. You get 0.25 ounces, but a very small amount goes such a long way. This took me forever to use up, so I wouldn't really be afraid to purchase it if it is something that you love because a little bit really does go such a long way. I finished the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and then I used up 3 powders. I think that I used up more than 3 powders the entire year, but these are the ones that were in my project pan. The NYX Hashtag No Filter, the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder, and the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed. I did finish the Becca Sunlit Bronzer in Capri Coast. I think I finished this up within the first 3 months of the year because I've been working on my other bronzer the majority of the year, and then I used up 2 liners. I finished the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Liner in dark brown and the Physicians Formula Eye Booster Liner. And then I pretty much finished up the Buxom Lip Gloss in the shade Dolly. I have a very small amount left, but it was pretty much expired at that point, so I decided to call it finished in my last Project Pan update. So since my last Project Pan update back in the fall, there are a few products that I've been working really hard to finish up, and some of these are like never ending, but I'm pretty much finished with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I could probably use this for the rest of January, and then I think I'll be pretty much finished with it. It's at the point where I'm like really squeezing this and like scraping the sides of it to get every little bit out, but I used one eyeshadow primer the entire year and it lasted me longer than the year. So that just goes to show eyeshadow primer lasts such a long time. I know some people use like concealer and powder, but I still love the primer potion. What do you guys use? Okay, I'm so happy with the progress that I made on my Stila Stay All Day Mini Liquid Lipsticks. Mini lip products last forever, so honestly, if a mini lip product is available, I will never purchase the full-size lip product because I just don't need it. I have used these so much and I almost used them completely up. If I look like down into the product, I'll try to catch it on camera, but I don't know if it will work. You can actually see all the way through to the bottom. There's barely any product left in these. If I take the stopper out, I could probably scrape them and use a little bit more, but at this point they are getting a little bit old. So I don't think I'll pull the stopper out and like scrape them and really use them like that because I mean, I just have a lot of lip products in my collection. So I do use them as often as I can, but I pretty much use them up. So I'm counting them as finished because I made really, really good progress. Going through these and the Buxom Gloss this year really just taught me that I don't need to purchase so many lip products, and I didn't really purchase that many in 2018. So these definitely helped me save money on lip products. I did finish up the ColourPop eyeliner in the shade Honey Dude. These last a while, but I will say they started breaking on me. I don't remember if they always did that. I think that mine might just be getting a little bit old and dried out. The packaging seems like it would cause the product to dry out fairly quickly, and I just used this one today in the shade Kicker, and it just didn't work very well. So I kind of wonder if they're getting old. I've noticed that a lot of my ColourPop products are expiring, and ColourPop products are great, they're affordable, they're really good, but I do notice that some of them don't have a super long shelf life. Anyways, I discovered a new nude pencil that I like better by Charlotte Tilbury, and it's a lot more expensive, obviously, but it is so good. Ever since I discovered that one, I've had no desire to repurchase this one. So I am proud of myself for using it up, but now that I'm done with it, I probably won't repurchase it. Okay, so I started using Take Home the Bronze by theBalm back in the spring when I finished up my Becca bronzer, and I fell in love with it. It's such a good product. I've been using this bronzer all year. I think it's really the only bronzer that I've really used. I've hit pan on it and I've almost used it up, but this has lasted me such a long time. I don't think there's even like significantly more product in here. There is 0.25 ounces, which is crazy because I'm not really gentle with this product. I dig like a big fluffy brush around in here and I just place it all over my face and I use it as like a bronzer contour, and it's lasted me forever. So I do have a bronzer in my project pan for 2019 and I will not be purchasing any additional bronzers, including this one, until I finish up that other bronzer in my collection, and this one as well. The Catrice Prime and Fine Mattifying Powder, I did hit pan on this. I did not finish it up completely. I've discovered other powders that I like better than this one, including loose powders. I'm kind of back into like a loose powder phase. I go back and forth. So I will say this one got a little bit neglected by the end of the year. I am going to finish it up though. I'm going to use it up completely before I get rid of it because it is a good powder. I've just discovered other powders that I like better than this one. And then the last product that I did do a pretty good job on is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. I put this in my project pan probably halfway through the year, and it's hard to tell exactly how much product is left in here. I think that I've used up the majority of it, but I'm not completely finished with it. So again, I am going to finish it up before I get rid of it. It's not a formula that I'm wearing right now, but once spring rolls around, I will continue to use it. So again, I made really good progress on it. So those are the 25 products that I either finished or right, almost finished. So I have a couple of products that I didn't finish that were a little bit more difficult. The first one is the Milk Makeup Blur Stick. I mean, I've used up about half of this product, but I haven't really touched it during the majority of 2018. I used it a couple of times, but it's no longer a formula that I really love, which is fine. So I'm actually going to declutter this product. I've just discovered that I love more moisturizing primers like the Smashbox Primerizer rather than mattifying primers. This one isn't necessarily a mattifying primer, but it kind of is. It does smooth the skin. I think this product is good, but it's no longer something that I reach for regularly, so I'm actually going to declutter this one. I tried to use up the Smashbox Studio Skin Shaping Foundation, but it's not a formula that I like any longer. And I put it in my project pan because I figured even though I don't like it, I'd be able to finish it up, but I couldn't. There are so many foundations that I like better, and there are very few days where I'm like, I'm just going to throw this on and I don't care what my foundation looks like. If I'm wearing makeup, I care that my makeup looks good. Otherwise, I just don't wear it. So I'm not really into this. I think that I used up about half of it, which is good, but again, I'm going to declutter this just because I kind of fell out of love with it. I also did not finish up the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Stick Foundation in the shade Ivory. I finished up Alabaster, which is the lighter shade, but I was mixing them for the longest time. And when I ran out of Alabaster, this shade was a little bit too dark for me. So there's no point in keeping it in my collection because it's the wrong shade. It's way too dark for me. And unless I mix it with a significantly lighter shade, it won't work. So if I do repurchase the Hourglass Stick Foundation, it's going to be in a shade that matches me perfectly. And this will still be too dark. So I hate to get rid of it because it's expensive, but I just won't use it. And the last product that I did not finish up, but that I made a good effort to use is the Tokyo Milk Lip Balm. And this one is in Salted Caramel. I actually had this in my project pan last year as well. And I did put a good dent in this because once I got rid of the Ulta lip oil that I didn't enjoy, I really focused on using this one. But at this point, it's pretty old. And because you do like dip your finger into it to use every single day, I just think it's time to toss it and get rid of it because I have had it for so long. Even though I did not finish up these 4 products, I still think I made pretty good progress. And the best part is that after I finished up these products, I really did not run out and repurchase them or buy something to replace them. I chose something else from my collection to use up, which is, I think, a success and a win instead of just running out and buying something to replace them. That being said, I mean, I did add makeup to my collection, but I really tried to make an effort to replace something with something else in my collection when I ran out. You know, it's a tough balance when you make YouTube videos. I think there are people on YouTube who are very minimalistic with their makeup collections, and I think that's great. For me personally, I love being able to try new products and share my recommendations with you guys so I can help you make more informed decisions. That's just always kind of been the basis of my channel. I don't think I'll ever move in a super minimalistic direction, which is weird because I am pretty minimalistic in the rest of my life. Like my closet is super minimalistic. My house is very minimalistic. I'm just pretty minimalistic in most areas in my life, but YouTube for me is just a little bit different. So anyways, I thought I would share my update with you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my project pan for 2019 because I'm excited about that one. I'm just approaching it a little bit differently than I normally do. So anyways, I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a great day and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.